Welcome back to Razmafsar TV. Today I am going to show you a big painting, wall painting from the Safavid period, Iran Safavid period. This painting was commissioned during the Shah Abbas II, Shah Abbas II, Shah Abbas Safavid II, and it shows a beautiful scene of Chaldiran battle where Shah Ismail Safavid fought against the Ottoman Sultan, Sultan Selim. Shah Ismail is the first, the king of Iran. The famous Battle of Chaldiran painting is located in Chehel Sotun Palace. Beautiful palace. I have posted many shorts about this palace in Isfahan, one of the most beautiful cities in the world, which means palace of 40 columns. It shows the significant Safavid-Ottoman conflict and showcasing Ottoman artillery and Safavid forces in fight, in a dogfight. You can see the whole war and atrocities of war in this painting. As I mentioned it before, it was commissioned by Shah Abbas II, 1642-1666, where he ruled. And the painting is there to embellish and adorn the reception halls with historical Persian victories and also or battles, because the Persians lost this battle in Chaldiran to the Ottomans. And also, but later on they could revenge it by Shah Tahmasp and Shah Abbas I, and also diplomatic scenes. This is the wall painting, a huge wall painting. Please take a look at the Persian architecture. Look at the architecture here, how beautiful it is. And this is the wall painting. I'm going to show you. I'm going to mostly concentrate on Persian weapons. You see that here is Shah Ismail Safavid with a quiver, Turkish as we say, Tirdanya and Turkish with a separ shield and the shamshir, cutting with shamshir bar farq zadan, and the indication that he cut through this Ottoman. You see Janissaries also with axes going there. Possibly this shows Sultan Selim. You see this is Ottoman force with a khanjar, with a dagger, with an Ottoman shamshir. And also here you see different types of spears here. And the interesting thing about this is this painting, the realistic depiction of arms and armor here. Let me just go and describe some of them. Here in the middle of the miniature, you see Shah Ismail Safavid. And Shah Ismail Safavid, as I mentioned it to you, is cutting with his shamshir. Look at the color. This is an indication of patterned crucible steel. As a matter of fact, this shamshir or his shamshir, one of his shamshir, is kept in, or attributed to him at least, is kept in the important collection, royal collection of Nasiruddin Shah Qajar, which was inherited from generation to generation and is now kept in the military museum of Tehran in Saadabad Palace complex. And look at this. He's holding a shield, and this shield is made of hide and has a balishtak cushion. And you cannot tell what he's wearing, but most probably, as you can see it here, he's wearing, under it is a gambeson, and there is a short-sleeved mail armor he's wearing. And again, his mail armor is also kept also in the military museum of Tehran. You can go and see it, and also his bazubat. Let me just go and show it to you. In contrast, when I've published my book, Arms and Armor from Iran, where I showcased more than 500 Persian arms and armor, the common understanding among collectors in the West was that they always said hide shields, they attributed hide shields to India. But it's not true. Most shields kept, most, I repeat, most shields kept in Iranian museums, military museums, say it Military Museum of Tehran, in Safavid Palace Complex, Military Museum of Shiraz in Afifabad, Military Museum of Bandar Anzali in Reza Shah Palace. They are made of hide. Different types. This one is made of rhino hide, but there are also of buffalo hide. Some imported hide were there as well, which were of elephant hide, imported elephant hide, which were used to make, which were used also to make shields. You see that indication here of the colors shows it clearly that he is using, hide shield, rhino hide shield. Short-sleeved, as you can see it, mail armor. And you can see many of them in my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. As usual, you can order this book from my bookshop, and you can see it there, and it's there. So let me just go ahead and show you also his bazu band. As you can see, there are different types of bazu bands. By the way, these bazu bands are also attributed to Shah Ismail Safavid, which are in my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. Again, a museum with provenance, Military Museum of Tehran, located in Safavid Palace Complex. There have two plates, one large plates and one small plates, made of patterned crucible steel, and the mittens have many nails inside them. These type of bazu bands were also used in Iran, not only by Rajputs, as many people erroneously used to think. And now look, there are different types of connecting these plates. Some of them have true plates like this one, and they are with leather cords and clasps, as this is the case, connected to each other. The same here, you see that? They're connected to each other with clasp. Okay, it doesn't show any hand protection. Most bazu bands have hand protection. Some of them don't. I've seen that, and they don't have any holes on the plate, which should indicate there was a hand protection. But I repeat, most bazu bands have hand protections. Now look, it could be an artistic convention that they didn't show it. The other bazu bands are connected to each other via hinges. They're hinge bazu bands. And some of them have three plates or two plates, like here, but mostly three plates, and they are connected to each other via riveted rings. You can read all these different types of bazu band and see them and read about how they are constructed in my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. Shah Ismail is using a shamshir. This is a shamshir of him is in my book. This is not that one. This one is a shamshir attributed to Shah Abbas II. Just wanted to show you the long and wide bolchak, meaning handguard, and also it has a kolahag, pommel cap. So he's using and to cut it. This is also as many most Persian shamshirs are made of beautiful patterned crucible steel. Look how the shamshir cuts through this opening and goes through this charine armor of him. Then you see that another Iranian warrior is a male armor. On top of it, he's wearing a charine. You see that? And this is shane band and also koif on his protector, shoulder protectors, and koif on top of shoulder protector. Charine has like this one. This one is attributed to Shah Ismail Safavid, made of patterned crucible steel, and is kept in Military Museum of Iran. All information about this and dimensions, again, you can find in my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. This helmet is also made of patterned crucible steel. This is in my book, Lexicon of Arms and Armor from Iran. I analyzed it, and as you can see, it has a damogag, right? Like this one, you see that? nasal. It has a spike, helmet spike, Nazak, which one has it as well. And as you can see, he has Jopari. Jopari, some helmets have it, means feather holders, is made of crucible steel and riveted mail. This one is in my lexicon. This is from Bonniat Museum, where I analyzed over 500 arms and armor for that museum in Iran. You see that here? It has a sine band, the chest protector. We have like this one, right? Post band. Back protector, we have bagal band. These are the side protectors. And they are, as you can see, they have clasps and they were used with leather to connect them with each other, as is the case here. One Iranian warrior here is shown with a khanjar. So although we mostly attribute this type of khanjar to Qajar period, some of them we have from Afsharid, some of them from Zand, but they go back even Timurid period. And you can see their Safavid examples. So I'm not so sure if these jumping into the conclusion, as all of us have done, that attributes all of them to Qajar period is even correct. As you can see it here, we have a clear indication of a Safavid painting where they show khanjar blade, khanjar with a handle made of walrus ivory. This is also a quiver. For examples of Safavid quivers, you can go to my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. Some charaine were hinged, right? This one is with clasps, like they had also different attachment methods, right? Like bazubans. And this hinged charaine, which is made of patterned crucible steel and is also gilded on floral design. And also they have gilded inscriptions of Quran on it, like Ayatul Kursi from Surah Al-Baqarah. The cow is here. And you can see that he is also using a similar charaine here. And as you can see it here, he is using a short javelin, as you can see it here, right? With a double-handed, with an overhand strike, he tries to strike. And he has a shamshir with a bolchak, kolahag, and barband or varband. We go to the next one, you see that? That's what I wanted to say. This is also this shamshir in my book. Another shamshir attributed to Shah Abbas II in my book, Arms and Armor from Iran. You can see that this is this male coif as he's wearing. This one is short-sleeved. This one is riveted from Military Museum of Bandar Anzali, also from Nasruddin Shah Qajar collection, which he had been collecting it, had collected for centuries, and also helmets made of patterned crucible steel. You see that? It's very similar helmets. So these type of helmet existed as well as this man is wearing. Because, before I did it, everyone thought these helmets, again, were not Persian. Of course, we use this type of helmet as well. Look at this Ottoman who is being cut with Shamshir Bafarzadan on top of his head. Another Persian who is defending himself with a hide shield. Again, as you can see it here, that's what we talked about it. And look at the Shamshir with kolohag and gilded bolchak and also scabbard shape. You can see it here, right? Here is the Ottoman Sultan Selim, Janissaries with axes. Here, Shah Ismail is attacked by an overhand short spear strike or javelin, and he's defending himself, possibly a spear it is. Important is the pistol here, right? So cavalry and pistol, is not clear because we know that by the Afsharid period, we had flintlocks, right? I have not seen any matchlock pistols. There are very few cases in other cultures, few. Most pistols are matchlock, also in the West, are flintlock or percussion cap. But there are some examples. But here of matchlocks, but in Iran I haven't seen that, so I'm not so sure. We know that in Afsharid period, definitely we have indication and proof that they started to use first imported flintlocks, then they started to imitate that. You can read about them in my book. This is one of them, a flintlock pistol. Even the locks first they imported, but then you have three types of lock, imported locks, Locks made by Iranian masters imitating European like French, British, English, or Spanish. Later on, the completely Iranian, but they wrote their name in Persian on them, right? So here you see that very similar pistol. Then just caution, Safavids not only used, this is an Ottoman Shamshir. Ottoman is trying to cut this guy from the behind, and another one is trying to attack him with a flanged mace. This Persian, this Iranian, is fighting with a heavy blade. Look, we have also many heavy blades in Iran, right? Especially from Afsharid and Zand periods. There are very many examples. Also, they existed during Safavid period. This one is from the Al-Qarashi collection, which you can find in my book, The Beauty of Persian Patterns, Crucible still. As usual, you can buy it in my bookshop. Then here you can see again, we talked about it. It's a charine, and he's wearing charine. He's using, some of them have only a helmet. Possibly they have a tascola, means a small cap, steel cap below that, using it. He took a prisoner here, and he has a shamshir. These type of gambeson could be a jazerent, as we say in English, gajakand, where there is a male in between, or you see that. And then we're having a short spear. Most of them have on this painting short spear. They have also long spears here, carrying them on shoulder. Right here, you see another khanjar, you see another shield. You see that? It's very, very beautifully depicted. So do you see different types of arms and armor? And also you see here on top of the painting, Ottoman artillery shooting at Persian forces, Iranian forces of Shah Ismail. So here you see another Iranian with a hide shield and with short-sleeved mail armor, with a kolahut, kolahut is general term, it's not a specific, it means helmet. Right? Again, Ottoman artillery here, you can have a better picture. Interesting, look at this hat here. Lots of symbols and symbolism. And there is a flock of sheep over there. Okay. Thank you very much. And for all these techniques, I have described how to use them. You can also go to my book, Persian Archery and Swordsmanship. Please subscribe to my channel. You can also become a patron, and you can also become a member of this YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Support us. The best way to support my research, as many people ask, is to buy my books. Thank you very much, and all the best.